You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary with you as always. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
It's going fantabulous. How about yourself, sir?
Good. It's a beautiful day outside. The Huskers softball team is victorious. Woo! That's my voice.
Let me fix that real quick.
I kept getting the echo when I tried to earlier today as well, unfortunately.
I think I fixed it.
We should be good. Husker softball team is victorious. They beat Penn State 3-1 today. So they advance to the next round of the Big Ten softball tournament. They beat Penn State 3-1 today. They were down 1-0 for a pretty substantial amount of time.
4 innings?
And then they score 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and then they get the 6 outs needed to close things down. We'll be joined by Nate Rohr, the voice of Husker softball, here in about 25 minutes or so. Okay, so 402-464-5685. As always, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you guys the entire show. Join us on the video stream as well, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. You can always hit us up on Twitter, Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. Eric says this on the text line.
Already taking shots.
Eric says this on the text line. I have a challenge for you, Rico. Can you go an entire hour and not say something outlandish?
Define outlandish, because I'm sure I could, but
complain about the weather, probably.
Is that outlandish? My only complaint is that our AC stopped working and it was 80 degrees in our house last night.
At the house, it did.
Inside our house, it was 80 degrees last night while we were all trying to sleep.
That's pretty chill. That's pretty hot.
It was not great.
It's pretty hot.
It was not great.
Eric follows up with, "Oh, bleep off, Nick. It's damn near 100 degrees." There's no better feeling, Rico, and you can back me up on this. Walking out of this studio after you've been in here for 3 hours. I've been in here since 11ish,
something like that.
And no better feeling than walking out immediately in the hallway. It's a little warmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you walk outside and you instantly warm up. It is the best feeling ever.
Like, okay, Eric, this disclaimer is for you. This is not complaining about the weather.
This is not outlandish.
About working inside versus outside. It's when you go from a room like this that is always air conditioned and it is always cold, and you're like, I don't want to wear a jacket in here because it's hot outside.
Well, and it's rightfully kept cold.
So you just got to deal with it. Yeah, it's cold, for all the electronic and stuff. But like you're in here and you're cold. You walk outside, that sun hits you. It hits different.
Yeah. For the first couple minutes, and then you're like, okay,
and then you're like,
kind of hot out.
I got to go back inside.
Yeah, time to cool down.
Good thing I don't work outside.
There it is. You survived 8 minutes and 44
That's
seconds.
That's not outlandish. It's a good thing I don't work out. Look,
before you started complaining.
If it's negative 20 and if it's 120,
it's a good thing I don't work outside.
Thing I don't work outside.
Drumstick asks, whatever happened to the text bag Thursday? Text bag is dead.
You guys killed it.
And
that's what happened, Drumstick.
We tried to do the tip jar, and you guys killed it.
You guys murdered it. We tried, and nobody. Drumstick, get all your friends to text in.
Yeah,
I will switch the intro for the third segment over to the tip jar intro.
Absolutely.
If Drumstick and 4 other people will promise to text in ridiculous questions at 2:45.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty flexible here. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. Thomas and Lincoln. Wow, Rico on a tangent about weather or temperature. Again, working outside sucks.
You can always count on me to let you know exactly how the weather is.
Thomas and Lincoln wants the text bag. We know, or not text bag, tip jar.
Tip jar.
Text bag is dead. We don't do text bags.
Text bag died.
We don't do text bags.
It left us and died.
Tip jars are alive. Drumstick Thomas and Lincoln wants it. Who knows? Maybe we bring in Nathan for a tip jar.
Maybe
We see how we're talking about outlandish. We want it. It'll be pretty outlandish. Pretty off the rails.
Right, so that's 2 people. I need 3 more.
3 more. There you go.
3 more people texting saying they want the tip jar. 245. You will get the tip jar, but you need to promise. Again, just because you want it, you need to promise to text in some dumb, silly little questions or some really good questions.
There were a lot of earlier on the captain show. There were a lot of stupid texts. Have you seen the text
Shout out
line?
to the text line for stupid texts.
No, well, so they were trying to guess my plans on Friday night. Tomorrow night.
This Friday?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, you've got a thing going on.
And talk about outlandish.
I know what he's doing. So if
It's not a secret.
If you guys bribe me,
it's
I will
not
let
a
you.
secret.
Yeah, but they don't know all of it.
Ham and Beans wants the tip jar.
And if people on this text line bribe me with enough, I will spill it all.
They were started to even guess the wrong. They started to guess people.
You're not look.
You're not
gonna get the person, but I can tell you.
Yeah, you do know the person.
I do take bribes.
Rico has his price. Jeremy wants the tip jar. Pecan Pie wants the tip jar as long as it's only Nick answering them. No Rico.
Lies, Pecan Pie. You love my answers.
Thomas and Lincoln. I'll help with the tip jar if you spill the beans. No, we are not.
That's
doing
not
that.
Juicy enough.
Pecan Pie. The person that you guessed is not who it is. So stop. Nobody's out of anybody's league.
Pecan Pie. That's not the right person.
Nolan wants to spill Nick's secret. Eventually, there'll probably be a spilled secret. Tip jar. Why are pirates pirates? Because they just are.
Yarr.
Nice work, Josh.
Thank you,
Shout out
Josh.
to Dorchester. My grandparents live there. Shout out to Dorchester.
But no, promising, and that's enough promises. Or
Yeah.
the tip jar is going to come back. But promising that you will participate in the tip jar is not enough bribery for me.
Do we just do the tip jar now?
I'd have to play the intro.
I mean, it is possible. Do we
It is
just do
possible.
do we
We
just
can.
do the tip jar now? I feel like Scott, you're right. Nice job.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Scott. You did it. You hit it on the head. Do we just do the tip jar now?
I think we should.
All right. Let's run it back. Here we go. 402-464-5685.
You're listening to the Happy Hour
Let me ask you a question about the tip cup, because I had a little thing with the calzone guy.
with Nick Sainert
What did you just say? Go put $1 in the jar right now. Are you serious? Yeah, now. Damn it.
and
A
Enrique Alvarez Clary.
big old chocolate ass in MetLife?
What? On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alrighty, 402-464-5685. Send in your wackiest thoughts. What's on your mind? The most random thing you can think of. Questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, complaints. Send it in. We'll get to it right now.
Yeah, we will.
Until we get
as
to
for
Nate at 2:30.
unnamed texter 3308. No.
I'm not. That's not
no.
right. I'm not.
If you're
Don't
looking
don't
at the-
say it like that because
If
it's not. That's
if
not
you're
it.
looking at the stream.
That is not right.
no.
No, you're don't act like it is, Rico. You're
It's not.
incorrectly. It's not.
but
It's not. Thomas and Lincoln asks this if the text will load. Eric says, "Bleep you guys, tip jar."
thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Love you too, Eric.
Always
I'm
appreciate
guessing
it.
that says love. I'm guessing the bleep is love.
Probably.
Yeah. Love you too, Eric.
Will Thomas and Lincoln's text load? It won't load
Thomas,
for me.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Say it,
Nick,
please.
who do you want to see open the NFL season? Enrico, Christmas with NFL games is good. I will answer first.
Go ahead.
NFL games do not deserve to be on Christmas. That is the NBA's day. Back off. You can have Christmas Eve.
Who do we want to see open the season? Let's do the Rams. And is it weird that I kind of want the Dolphins?
No. Your choice.
I
The Rams,
don't-
Rams will open the season. The Super Bowl
The
champion
Rams.
opens
The
the
Rams
season.
will open the season.
It's just who do they
There's
play?
part of me that let's bring.
Just get
Look,
in
come
here.
in here.
Yeah,
Come
get
in
in
here,
here.
Nate.
Don't go over there. Get
No,
in here.
don't come in. Don't go over there. Come in here.
Yeah. Put your
We'll
shades
bring-
on. Be
We'll bring Nathan in.
a Dean Blandino.
402-464-5685.
For all
So-
of you very old not old, but for all of you listeners who have been around with the 93.7 The Ticket for a while, Nathan is Dean Blandino right now. So
Yeah.
there you
All
go.
right, Nate. Hello. How are you?
Fix your camera. You're a Dean Blandino. You wouldn't understand. I can't say it on the air.
I wouldn't understand.
How are
Not
you doing,
from
Nate?
here. I'm doing all right.
Okay, so we're doing this thing
Camera here,
that we
over
call the tip jar. All right, and my text line won't load right now. So is it?
I guess it's up to me.
Is it loading?
I have it. Yeah.
Okay,
I have
cool.
All of it.
So my text bag or my text line's not loading on my laptop. Basically, tip jar people send in random stuff, and we just get to it all.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Actually,
It's a
That's
blast.
something that I feel like I would fit in well.
It's a blast. That's why we brought you in.
Tip jar Thursdays.
Thomas and Lincoln asked me who do we want to see the NFL season open up with. I kind of want the Dolphins a part of it.
The Rams will open
solely
the Super Bowl champion opens.
because of Tyreek Hill. I think that's actually kind of interesting.
So it's really, who do you want to see play the Rams as the first game of the season? I said Raiders.
I always like seeing Tom Brady get beat, but I also hate watching Tom Brady. So I'm kind of conflicted here.
How do we feel about Tom Brady right now?
Tampa Tom is fun.
Okay, I'm kind of annoyed at Tom Brady.
I do miss Tom.
He's the worst.
In New
Tom
England.
Brady.
$375 million to be an analyst.
Hey,
And
that's
they
what
will-
you- that's what you get for being the GOAT.
It's just like, I understand that. Well, one, he's not the GOAT. The greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football is Peyton Manning, and I will take that to my grave.
Well, you're gonna have a
I
Wow.
will take that to my grave.
Sir, I'm gonna have to lower your mic. You need to
No,
relax.
don't even get me started, because this is one thing that I will always stand by, and if you want me to prove it, I will any day of the week. Also, my StreamYard isn't working.
He's not even the greatest regular season
our Wi-Fi
quarterback.
is just not working.
The other
Mine's
thing,
fine.
Or
um,
yours is. For some reason it's on my laptop. It's
the
not.
other team would maybe be the Broncos. I'm excited to see Russell Wilson in Denver.
Oh, okay. I forgot about Russell Wilson in Denver. How do we feel about the Lions if they get a different quarterback?
What is up with you and the Lions? I
I don't
don't
know why he's
understand. They're a
obsessed with
bad
this.
football team.
No, the Lions
They're
are
a bad-
over 6.5 wins this year.
Bad football team.
They got Aiden Hutchinson,
They got-
and all of a sudden he goes, "Oh my gosh!"
They got Aiden
What did you
Hutchinson.
expect? He's the hometown kid. Of course they did.
We love Aiden Hutchinson. He's going to be fine.
The Lions had Ndamukong Suh and weren't much better.
The Lions
They didn't
had
have-
Matthew Stafford, who's a Hall of Famer.
Okay, I love Matthew
and
Stafford.
still only made the playoffs, once?
All right, we spent too much
Maybe
time on one
twice?
question.
Okay, I'm
Corey and
finally
The
Lincoln
getting
Lions
asked-
are terrible.
We spent too much time on
over
one
6.
question.
Okay, where are you at? Over 6.5?
Absolutely not. If you get, I think the Lions.
Nate, let's
should be
make a bet
3.5.
right now. Let's
3.5.
make a bet right now.
Bach's gonna owe me chicken wings, so I'll say the chicken wings that Bach's gonna owe me, because I can get into that. Also, I'll do a little bit of tease for the water cooler. We're gonna be talking about Nebraska's opening line against Oklahoma.
Oh, yes, we're going to
Jake
talk about that at
Bachman
2:45
He's
actually.
a moron.
Yes.
And I'm going to be attacking him on the ticket water
We'll
cooler.
do-
I may.
Look at him! Look at him!
We'll do a spillover.
It's
We'll do
coming.
a
Yeah,
spillover
no,
of sorts at 2:45.
Can we do that and talk? Can we just join forces? Are we okay with joining? Bach, don't
Hey,
do that
give me
ever
one-
again.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I don't know.
We're
Bach might
we're
not
gonna
like it.
join forces for a moment and talk about the line.
That's fine, and we can
We
roast
won't.
Bach.
Yeah, we won't take too long.
It'll be a roast. against Bach.
Rico has left the studio for a moment. All right, so we have like 25 texts here that we got to get to.
I can't even see the text line because the Wi-Fi is not working.
We're good. We're good now. I think we're on.
Can you see
I
it?
I switched my Wi-Fi over to my personal hotspot, so
Okay,
we're good here.
All
All right,
so what do we
Corey.
got?
Corey and Lincoln says runs a combo meal order for each of you. I get the chicken wrap meal with an extra chicken wrap.
I got some bad news. I've never once been to Runza.
That is bad news, Rico.
I get the barbecue.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm new
no,
here.
no.
I'm new here.
Stop. No, you're done. I get
Put him back on.
I get the barbecue bacon Swiss burger, large fries, and a large Mountain Dew.
Nobody gets a runza.
No.
I feel like when you,
Runza's
I feel like when
burgers-
you get a runza
Oh.
though, you just get just the runza.
I mean, you get fries with it.
But like you don't need to order the combo. When I've gotten a runza from Runza, I just get just the item. I don't get the whole meal.
Okay, whatever, dude.
I don't get the mole.
Well,
or
I
the,
had
the
a
whole meal.
Runza. I had a Runza Memorial Stadium, but I've never been to a
Holy
Runza.
cow!
All right. Unnamed text says gorilla or grizzly bear in a fight. I was originally okay. So I've had this discussion for many a year, many a person. I was originally on Team Gorilla for the longest time.
Okay.
Team Gorilla, the lateral quickness of a gorilla, and the fact that it has opposable thumbs. I'm all on board with a gorilla. But man, those grizzly bears are massive. They could end a gorilla with one swipe of their paws. Their bite force is fantastic. The thickness of their skin and the fur that they have, like a gorilla's not getting through that. So I'm gonna have to go with Team Grizzly Bear now.
So I looked up gorilla versus grizzly.
Oh, it's a thing.
Silverback gorillas
Oh, wow.
are much less aggressive and generally considered peaceful unless they are defending their territory
Yeah,
or they're
passive.
young.
They're pacifists.
So I guess I'll take grizzly.
When I think about a gorilla, who in this office has the body of a gorilla? And I would probably say myself.
Oh my!
And I'd probably take myself in
Vodka.
A
5 main food groups.
5 main food. I'd take myself versus a grizzly bear, so I'm gonna have to go gorilla.
So if we're gonna go with that is a gorilla, I'm going a baby grizzly bear.
Telling you.
How many? Actually, no. We're gonna stick
Nope,
because
we're
we
done
actually
with that.
got a
Yeah,
lot
we
of people.
We
here.
gotta go. Nope, we're gonna.
We're
skip
Dusty. We're
that
skipping
one.
that one.
Drumstick. Have you guys ever had the cereal Honey Smacks? Yes, Honey Smacks are
Smacks are awesome.
fantastic.
Never heard of
Smacks
it.
are awesome.
It's got the little frog on the front, little froggy.
Only thing I know with honey in it is Honey Nut Cheerios or honeycomb.
Well, the thing about Honey Smacks is they're essentially straight sugar.
Yeah.
Like if you put sugar cubes into milk, it's basically the same thing.
Ugh,
They're
I'm out.
delicious.
I'm out.
They're fantastic.
No, they're pretty good.
I'm out
They're
on
pretty
it.
good.
If anything is possible, is it possible for something to be impossible? Yes.
Ooh. What would be impossible?
Anything.
Anything's impossible.
Because anything is possible, therefore things that are impossible.
That one hurts my head a little bit. Josh from Dorchester. Imagine if we got watermelon-sized hail.
What do you mean imagine? Like what
would it be like if we had watermelon-sized hail?
It would be a disaster. It'd be every man for himself.
I'm leaving all of you behind.
That's
what would
literally
happen.
be every man for himself.
You're all gone.
Okay, here we go. Have you ever ate your toenails?
Unnamed. Thank you.
Kind of. I'm hoping that this is the thing. No, I haven't. And if one of you have, I might have to walk out the studio.
Did you guys? Okay, so by me asking,
He did, didn't he?
No.
I do not like how
Stop,
you preface
Nathan.
that.
That's why
I do not
I
like how you
stopped.
preface that.
That's why I stopped.
What are we doing?
He said, wait.
Wait a second. When I say this question, it does not mean that I have done it. I know people that have. Did you guys eat boogers when you were little?
My daughter does.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thing though. when
No!
you're a kid. No, when you're
Eating
a kid, I mean,
boogers?
easy access.
I didn't eat my boogers.
A little hungry?
I did when I was a kid. Yeah.
I don't
that-
think I did.
Now eat my
You know-
toenails.
no, you know
you
what?
had to go out
Toenails
of your
are the
way to eat a
nastiest things.
toenail.
Toenails, fingernails, nastiest things
You
ever.
look like a guy that eats his boogers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need more, but when I was a kid,
uh-huh.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, all right. So
That's a special ingredient. Is
Get a little
creatine.
hungry.
3308. We are not
Protein.
answering that question.
No.
Well, who at the station would be the best at breaking through a wall into a room like the Kool-Aid Man? I feel like I have a case for this.
I'm going to give it to Jay or Rashawn.
I'd say Rashawn. I'd say Rashawn.
I'd say Rashawn.
I'd say Rashawn.
I'd say
Well,
Rashawn.
Rashawn has the energy to do it.
Yeah.
He has the energy.
Rashawn's not
Rashawn's
giving
still
up.
a pretty big dude.
Strick might.
Strick might.
Strick. When Strick gets fired up, I feel like
Yeah.
he could bust through a
You
wall.
get Strick going. I think he could slam through a wall.
Man, that's okay.
None of us though. Nope. Nobody that wasn't a Division I athlete.
No.
Maybe DP a couple of years and multiple surgeries ago.
All right, keep it rolling here. Sour cream.
Absolutely.
I'm in.
Disgusting.
Can we
100%.
all,
On everything.
while we're on the topic of this, can we just appreciate how good mayonnaise is?
No, we can't because mayonnaise is disgusting.
Mayonnaise is awful.
Mayonnaise
I don't even know
may
what
be the
mayonnaise
best
is.
condiment.
Can we appreciate
What do
how
we-
dumb that comment was?
No, mayonnaise may be mayonnaise may be the best condiment out there.
What is mayonnaise? Rotten milk?
No,
Like, I
no,
actually
no,
don't
no,
know
no.
what mayonnaise is.
I think it's like powdered sugar and egg whites. I don't
Get
know.
on the StreamYard now.
No. So mayonnaise is the best. If you get the Hellman's, I think it's what Jimmy John's uses. Get the Hellman's mayonnaise. Don't get Miracle Whip, and you could eat that jar real quick.
Another reason I don't eat Jimmy John's if they use Hellman's.
Well, Jimmy John's is great. Okay, Skittles says this: what if pumpkins grew on trees?
They would just be very
Orange
large.
orange
orange.
apples. Yeah. Would the trees then fall over if there were too many pumpkins? Or would the trees, or would those trees, would pumpkin trees have the strongest wood?
Oh, pumpkin trees would have to have the strongest
What?
trunk.
I was
What
about
would
to
the
say
strongest-
something really dumb, and I'm glad that I didn't say it.
I don't want you to
I
say it.
know,
This is
I know.
the segment to
Yeah,
do it.
this is
I
the
don't
tip jar.
For a
Nothing is too
second,
dumb.
I was like, wait, pumpkins definitely grow on trees. And then I had to take a second and be like, no. I've been to a pumpkin patch. That is certainly not.
They cut them off the
Cut
tree.
them off.
And they just,
they just lay 'em all out.
scatter them around.
Come on.
No,
All
that
right.
okay. That was bad. That's why I didn't say it. I had
that's
to take
great.
I had to double take.
All right.
Would you rather run a mile every day or do three 100-yard sprints? What are you talking about?
Honestly, probably a mile.
I would-
100-yard sprints suck.
Yeah, I'm taking a mile. I'm going nice
I'm
and
not running
easy.
a mile. It's 100 yards. It's not that far.
Rico. Coming from someone that used to run track.
But he's not in shape for track anymore.
That's why I'm not running a mile.
Dude, there's no pace. Like, you don't have to have a pace.
Yeah, mile you can just kind of cruise.
Yeah, you can just coast. You got to sprint.
100. Yeah, you sprint 3 times real quick. You're dead for about 10 minutes, and then you're on with your life.
I don't know. I feel like
with the mile, if you're taking your time, that could be 10. That could be 10 minutes.
I feel like I'm gonna, have to handle the repercussions of sprinting a lot longer than 10 minutes.
You'll be fine.
Sprinting sucks.
I hate sprinting. I just hate cardio.
I would take either of those over the stair stepper, though. I've been doing the stair stepper recently.
Oh yeah,
it is miserable.
The stair stepper, you would think it's easy.
Oh,
and then you get to like 10 floors, 11 floors, and you're like, whoa. You want to hop on? Yeah, hop on for a second.
Hop on Mike 5.
Hop on for the. Hey, don't do that.
Watch it.
Come on.
Watch it.
Come on. All right, Strick, how's it going?
I'm too shy, man. You guys be calling me out, and I'm over here shy.
You can join us for our tip jar.
Do you feel like you possess the strength to run through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man?
You can't hear us.
Do I have the strength to do what?
Do you feel like you possess the strength to run through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man?
I would venture to say that is a negativo.
Oh, interesting.
We were thinking if we get you fired up, because you get pretty fired up.
Now I can run through some stuff, but the Kool-Aid Man was something special.
He did something different.
Yeah, he was a unique special.
I think we're stuck between you and Vershawn running through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Now Vershawn probably, because he's got that rock head.
Wow.
I mean, I got a big head.
The wide frame.
That just
wide frame. Everything.
I got broad shoulders, so I'd have to dip. Like Tootsie Roll, but him is just that bulldozer, that big blockhead. Vershawn is like, I would have to say he's like Juggernaut.
Oh, I would disagree. I think Vershawn could be stopped.
I almost said something really mean. You know what I was gonna say,
dude. Vershawn could be stopped if you try hard enough.
I don't know about that. Vershawn's like twice your size, Nick.
Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Tackle him.
What are we doing right now?
I feel like, do you think you could tackle Vershawn?
I could tackle him. The thing is, you don't have to hit him up high. And the thing is, you don't have to bring him down hard. Yeah, you get down around his ankles, grab the other foot,
some kneecaps.
Grab the other foot.
Ask players in the NFL how that works for Rob Gronkowski.
Hey, we'll just...
And I'll show you guys that
Vershawn is not
on the injured list. Compared to everyone in the station...
Nah.
What about the athletic ones, the leapers, the one that jump over you?
Well,
these days?
those are the ones that embarrass you.
They use that.
Now, Vershawn ain't jumping over anybody. I know that.
Yeah, they use that. All right, let's keep it rolling. Ham and Beans asks, "Have you ever used toenails for toothpicks?" Hell no.
I'm sorry. What?
Hell no.
You did.
I'm out.
What?
Ham and Beans. Chill.
That might be one I'm exit on. That's
yeah. I wouldn't blame you there.
You remember that? What was that movie that they had the toe jam?
Sandlot. You suck on your mother's toe jam.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember that, right?
I do know that. That is horrible.
How do you even come upon, like, are you just sitting there eating and you just clip your toenails and you're like, I got something on my teeth. You just reach over and grab a toenail.
How is it that big?
No, there's got to be a buffer. There's got to be a buffer amount of time that you have to wait until after you eat or before you eat that you clip your toenails. Like, you cannot, like, the minute after you get done eating, you cannot start clipping your toenails.
Why?
You got to.
Why?
I just feel like there's something going on there that
you're done eating. What is the problem with that? Now, if you're saying
or
before,
vice versa, that would work too.
I mean, I would understand.
Toenails are just gross.
You might get your toenails in your
toenails.
Why are you putting your toenails anywhere near your mouth?
Yeah, I actually hate toenails. Anonymous Ryan in Lincoln says, "Is Nick okay? Mayonnaise really think he needs counseling?"
I agree with that.
How do we feel about mayonnaise, Strick?
I'm an old school Southern boy, so mayonnaise works for Stricky. You know, listen, you know, here's the crazy thing about the mayonnaise, right?
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
I love it when you call yourself Stricky.
I was telling Bach about that the other day.
I love it.
I don't know. But hey, at least it's not what Kenny Anderson used to say. Kenny Anderson, I'm telling you, he was the funniest. And every time I talk to him, I just absolutely love him because the first thing he says, "He's sticky." What's so sticky? You know, he's got that deep New York. Yeah. Deep from New York. Yeah,
that is awesome.
But no. So what's I gonna say?
Mayonnaise good.
Mayonnaise good. So I'm a good Southern boy, right?
Yeah.
So listen, us good Southern boys, we didn't have a whole bunch of like, you know, options these days. You know, we Alabama, you know, coming up, we had to improvise, we had to coordinate, So you understand what I'm saying? So what we used to do, right, is we used to take the bologna, and I don't even
bologna used to be good
as much anymore.
It used to be good,
but we would get the frying pan.
Yep.
And we would make the sombreros. And you put if you try it, just try it one weekend. You lay it on a frying pan, and it bowls up into like a little bowl.
Yep.
You turn it over, turn the bowl up, and it makes a little sombrero. And you cook it with a little crisp on it. Put some mayonnaise on some Wonder Bread. And then put a little bit of mustard on that with some cheese. Oh my God. But see, we had the government cheese, so we had that thick block.
You had to slice it.
Yeah, that hard.
So we got to get to break here in a second. Did you guys ever eat Spam?
Yes, Spam is delicious.
Spam is delicious. Very underrated.
I'm not a big Spam guy. At that point, just get a cold cut.
Get your cold cuts.
Get your cold cuts.
This guy eats boogers, but won't eat Spam.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
He still does.
Whoa.
Yep. And on that note,
it's time to head to break. We're
answers.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so
ranch. I'll ask you ranch.
Ranch is everything.
Ranch over mayonnaise any day of the week.
Ranch goes on everything.
Absolutely.
I don't eat ranch. It's more for my wife.
Markel asks Nick, please name 5 pieces of food besides a sandwich that mayonnaise is good on. Well, it's the different types of sandwiches that it's really good on. So that takes that takes.
What kind of response is that?
Answer
the question.
No, that takes a big chunk.
That
takes a big chunk out of it. Okay, out of the conversation, because you got a Jimmy John's sandwich, you got your lunch meat sandwiches, you got a Spam sandwich.
Nick.
Like you got all this. Mayonnaise is good in macaroni salad. We'll go ahead and get to break though. We'll pick this up at 2:45.
Macaroni. You just said macaroni salad.
We're gonna get to Nate Rohr.
We gotta get to Nate Rohr, play-by-play voice of Husker softball. They won against Penn State today. We'll be back in a couple minutes with that.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC.
I'll throw Spam in the garbage and call it trash. Mayonnaise and apples?
This is your high school minute.
What are you doing?
Southeast Community College.
Who
High School
is
Minute.
Ham
I'm
and
Gus
Beans
Cotto.
needs to be put in
For the
jail.
first time in over a decade, Lincoln is sending 7 soccer teams to state this year. In Class A girls, it's Lincoln Southeast, Lincoln Southwest, Lincoln East, and Lincoln Pius X. In Class A
You can't
boys,
just say
it's
no
Southwest and
sandwiches.
East.
That takes out all the
In
other
Class B girls,
sandwiches.
Lincoln Lutheran, and
You didn't
Raymond
answer the
Central.
question.
The point is no
Lincoln
sandwiches.
Southeast baseball punched their ticket to state by walking off Lincoln North Star and Columbus in back-to-back games on Saturday. San Jose commit Jalen Wordley led Lincoln East baseball past Omaha Westside to win the A4 district championship. Wordley struck out 11 and only allowed 1 hit in 5 innings of work in the East win. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
2-1 count, and that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings and Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street, Meridian Park, and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Beatrice Bakery. They ship cakes all over the country. True story. But take a look inside their shop and you'd have no idea. This is a Nebraska product through and through, not some massive production plant. Local people making delicious cake just for you. So go see them in their new storefront location in downtown Beatrice. Grab some grandma's fruit cake, some chocolate rum cake, or my favorite, the turtleneck cake, and say hi to Rick and the crew. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Work, laundry, dishes. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but finding a way to pay for it, not so easy. Then I found it, a research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and booked that vacation. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez Clary with you as always. Appreciate Nathan and Strick for stopping by, talking about all things that whatever you guys wanted to talk about on the text line, 402-464-5685. We started with Gorillas versus Grizzlies, then we got to Toenails, and now we got to Mayonnaise.
The toenail discussion.
And I guess this would be a good place to bring in Nate Rohr, the voice of Husker softball. He joins us from East Lansing. Nate, how do we feel about Mayonnaise?
I like it. Call me weird, call me crazy, but I like mayonnaise. I don't need it on everything, of course, but I'm okay with it.
Are you more of a mayonnaise guy or a Dorothy Lynch guy?
Ooh, now that's a good question. I'd say Dorothy Lynch.
Okay, interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to softball. Nate Rohr, the voice of Husker softball, joins us from East Lansing, where the Huskers win their first round game against Penn State earlier today. They just got wrapped up in the second game of the day. Ohio State will face the Huskers tomorrow at 2 p.m. First of all, Nate, I guess, what did you see today in their 3-1 win? I mean, it was going up against a pitcher that was pretty successful yesterday against the Hoosiers, and Nebraska actually started out struggling a little bit, but they just kept, just kind of knocking away little by little.
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised that Nebraska started slowly against Bailey Parshall. She is a first-team All-Big Ten performer. She's had a dominant year. Even the fact that she's a big left-hander, it all just lined up that she would start out successfully against Nebraska, and she's one of the top pitchers in this league. So it wasn't that surprising that she started out well against Nebraska, and the Huskers adjusted to her as the game went on the third time through the order. Meanwhile, Courtney Wallace pitched a great game. So I had confidence that once Nebraska settled in against Parshall, they would be okay. And that third time through the order, Billy Andrews rips a double to right center. Sidney Gray singles up the middle. Felder hits the double down the right field line, and that knocked her out of the game. And at that point, I felt pretty good about the Husker offense.
Nate, is there a reason why the Big Ten freshman of the year, Ava Bredwell, came in as a pinch hitter and didn't start the game at catcher?
Well, she's been in and out of the lineup lately. She's healthy. But at this point, Ani Rayleigh's been a little sharper defensively. And I think Rhonda Revelle was prioritizing Rayleigh's defense. Also, that keeps Kaylin Kinney in the lineup because sometimes they have had Ava as the DP and then Ani Rayleigh catch. But Kaylin Kinney hit today, and she was 1 for 2 with the double. So she certainly deserved that spot. I also think there was a consideration of maybe bringing Kinney into pitch if Courtney Wallace had encountered some trouble against Penn State. And if you've got Kinney in the lineup already as the DP, that makes that easier. So, not really an injury or anything on Ava Bredwell, just Ava's slumped lately, and sometimes it's valuable for a player to go to the bench and get reset. And she came off the bench today and got a big pinch hit single.
We're speaking with Nate Rohr, the voice of Husker softball, and you don't have to say anything to this, but I just have to get this off my chest really fast. I'm upset Billy Andrews is second team All Big Ten.
Well, here's the thing, and the Big Ten does their all-conference teams in a bit of a unique way, in that they prioritize your conference-only stats over what you do for the whole season. And Billy struggled in conference play. Now she's finding it back right now, which is very encouraging. But when you look at her season-long numbers, then yeah, it's pretty baffling that Billy was a second-team all-conference player. But the voting prioritizes what you do in conference over what you do season-long, and most of Billy's production was before conference play. So I have greater trouble with the idea that you prioritize conference only stats that much more over the entire season, but understanding that those rules are in place, that's why Billy was second team all conference instead of first.
Let's go ahead and stick with that for one moment here. I mean, the plethora of awards that the Huskers brought home yesterday. I mean, first team, second team, Ava wins freshman of the year. And then you even have some players nominated for the all defensive team as well. What does that just tell you about the depth that this team has, and how valuable can that be heading into the postseason?
Well, it tells you that this is a deep team and that there are a lot of people to deal with in the lineup, in the pitching staff. I mean, that's the two words that sort of define this team for me are depth and balance, from the standpoint that I think this is a 3-deep pitching staff. All three of those pitchers have shown that they can win games against good competition at various points during the year. And then the balance part of it is, 1 through 9 in the lineup, there are people to deal with all the way up and down. The pitchers have been able to split the workload, maybe not totally evenly, but somewhat evenly. So from that standpoint, it says that this is a balanced team. And, in postseason, success and failure can sometimes come down to matchups. And of course, the more people who can produce, the more likely it is that somebody has a matchup that's favorable to them, even if a Billy Andrews has a tough time with a pitcher or Sidney Gray or whomever.
Yeah, we're speaking to Nate Rohr, the voice of Husker softball. They just won 3-1 against Penn State in the quarterfinals. They advance to the semifinals tomorrow at 2 p.m. Is that Eastern time? Is it 1 p.m. Central time?
Eastern.
Okay, so 1 p.m. Central time tomorrow. A lot of times, Nate, and I guess this can be a question that we can discuss when we talk about regionals as well, past the Big Ten tournament. A lot of times in softball, especially, it starts with the pitcher and who you're throwing out there in the circle. And Nebraska kind of has the 3-person squad of Olivia Farrell, Courtney Wallace, who we saw today, who had a really strong showing. And then, like you said, even a little Caitlin Kinney at some times. How confident should Nebraska fans be in those 3 arms as the deeper Nebraska goes into the postseason here?
Well, I think fairly confident. I mean, all 3 have shown that they can beat good teams. So I would trust Caitlin Kinney to go out and win a game in a regional. I would trust Olivia Farrell against pretty much anybody Nebraska could face in a regional, and the same is true with Courtney Wallace. I think this is the best depth Nebraska has had in a pitching staff in my time in covering Husker softball, because usually Nebraska has 2 pitchers that can trade off, and that you can trust the 2 of them to win all 3 games in a conference series. And then you have one that kind of eats some innings and maybe can win you a midweek game, but she's there to develop and just take a little workload off the first 2. and maybe that's where Kaylin Kinney was at the beginning of this year, but I don't think that's the case now. I think Kaylin could easily start a regional game or a game this weekend here in the conference tournament and win it. And so that's a good situation to be in, because I think part of the reason Nebraska was able to get to Bailey Partial was the fact that she had to throw all 8 innings yesterday, and she was into her 5th inning today, and she's had to throw 1 million innings to get here. Well, nobody's had to really tax themselves in the context of the full season from Nebraska's pitching staff. So that's going to really help out.
Again, we're speaking with Nate Rohr, voice of Huskers softball. Let's go ahead to the next opponent for this softball team. The last time Nebraska played Ohio State, they dropped 2 of 3. But this time Ohio State is 2 days in playing 2 games, won 8-0 against Purdue, and then today ended up winning 5-1 against Illinois. What can we look forward to facing this Ohio State squad?
Well, I think it'll be a really even matchup. These are 2 regional teams. These are 2 teams that we'll be playing next weekend, and that series out in Columbus, Ohio State dominated one of the games. They earned a walk-off win in the second one, and then Nebraska won the third one. So even beyond 2 games to 1 instead of being swept, I thought that was a really close series and 2 really good teams fighting each other. And with both teams with an eye on postseason and the NCAA tournament, I think it's going to be the case again. I'll be interested to see if Ohio State throws Lexi Handley, their tough left-handed pitcher. Nebraska's seen more left-handed pitching in the last 3 weeks or so between Handley and Heather Johnson and Bailey Partial today than I can remember in a 3-week stretch. Lefties are pretty rare in college softball, but Nebraska's seen them quite a bit. And the Huskers got after Lexi Handley pretty good by the end of that weekend. They had a pretty good measure of her, but they've seen somebody different. It might take a little bit for Nebraska to lock back in on her. So we'll see about that. But I think it's a good matchup. It'll be fairly competitive and should be a nice test for this team to see how sharp they are and how ready they are to win in a regional.
All right, Nate, last one before we let you go. Just out of curiosity, what are the facilities in East Lansing like? Because we were talking to Courtney Wallace a couple months ago, and they were not shy saying Nebraska has the best facilities in the conference. Like, what does Nebraska need to do to eventually hold a conference tournament of their own here in Lincoln?
Well, remember Nebraska hosted the Big Ten tournament in 2013, the first year that the Big Ten tournament was revived. The conference, for its part, would like to rotate it just every 14 years. But there are some facilities in this league that flat out cannot host the Big Ten tournament. Rutgers doesn't have a facility good enough to host the Big Ten tournament. Maryland's can't. I was surprised to learn earlier this week that the tournament's going to Iowa next year. Their facility is pretty subpar. So really, it's not even a matter of Nebraska's facility not being good enough. They tried to split it out pretty evenly among the 14 schools, with some recognition that Rutgers shouldn't host it until significant upgrades are made, and the same is true with Maryland. But I would put Iowa in that same category, and as it turns out, we're going there next year. So there's nothing lacking about Bowlin Stadium in terms of hosting the Big Ten tournament. There's always stuff that you could do and stuff that I think they hope to do to Bowlin Stadium in the next couple of years to continue to keep it among the best softball stadiums in the country. But even just sitting here right now, it's in that class, and there's nothing that would be lacking about it to host a Big Ten tournament.
Awesome. All right, Nate, appreciate the time as always. Hopefully have a safe trip back after the championship game on Saturday. But we appreciate you taking the time from East Lansing, and have a good rest of the trip out there.
Hey, thanks for having me, gentlemen.
That is Nate Rohr, the voice of Huskers softball. Appreciate him as always, especially after he just got done calling a game. Appreciate him hopping on and coming on the show today and talking about Huskers softball is 3-1 win against Penn State. They face Ohio State in the semifinal tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. You can catch that one on the Big Ten Network. All right,
let's not know about the prioritizing conference statistics.
Neither did I.
That makes sense now.
It does
but I'm still going to be upset.
Yeah, it does make sense. All right, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up Thursday's show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Beatrice Bakery. They ship cakes all over the country. True story. But take a look inside their shop and you'd have no idea. This is a Nebraska product through and through. Not some massive production plant. Local people making delicious cake just for you. So go see them in their new storefront location in downtown Beatrice. Grab some grandma's fruit cake, some chocolate rum cake, or my favorite, the turtle nut cake. And say hi to Rick and the crew. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
2-1 count, and that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings & Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next-level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street, Meridian Park, and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
Another packed summer sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. Stop by for great deals on May's Beer of the Month for Boulevard Brewing, Tallgrass Brewing, and Glacial Till Ciders. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 O Street.
Hey, it's Nelson inviting you to stop by the newest Caterpillar Vape Shop here in Lincoln at 2601 North 11th Street. Get to know the team that will find you exactly what you're looking for. Premium e-juice, CBD, Delta 8, mods, kits, and more. They can answer any question you have and find the right fit for you. In a hurry, hit the drive-thru for convenient service. Amazing rewards for existing customers. And as always, new Caterpillar Vapes customers get 50% off their entire purchase. Now is the time. Stop in. Caterpillar Vapes, 2601 North 11th Street. Follow on Facebook or online at caterpillarvapes.com.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick and Rico back with you. Shout out industry, baby.
Forever and always.
Forever and always. 402-464-5685. The Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. The rest of the day, as you heard earlier, Strick is in town. So he'll be in person for the show today with Bach. So that's exciting stuff. And also, I mean, water cooler will be the same as always. Bach and Nathan will be here from 3 to 4. All right. So as you guys like to know, or as you guys know, we like to give away care baskets courtesy of our good friends over at Beatrice Bakery. Today, we would like to donate a care basket to the faculty, staff, and professors over at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. If you just to let you guys know, it's finals week, so it's a little bit of a crunch time for everybody, stressful time for everybody involved, students, faculty, staff, professors, everybody, teaching assistants, everybody involved. A little bit of stressful time. So shout out to Beatrice Bakery. Thanks to them for allowing us to gift a care basket every single day throughout our various shows. And if you guys know somebody that you'd like to nominate, head over to theticketfm.com and click on the Beatrice Bakery tab, and it'll take you to where we can nominate somebody to receive a care basket if you so desire. So thanks again to Beatrice Bakery. Thanks again to everybody involved, and just hang on in there throughout the week. All right, Rico, I know you want to play this.
I'm coming up with 32.33 repeating, of course, percentage of survival.
Well, that's a lot better than we usually do. All
right, chums, I'm
ready, guys.
Let's do this.
Dragons!
All right. Did you bleep it out? Did you bleep the rest of it out?
It is bleeped out.
It is bleeped out. Okay, good.
I just love that. 17 years, I think is what they said.
That's wild.
That's a lie. It's not 17 years. It's like 7 years.
Gus says this. Nick, you better tell Rico that the PGA Championship is next weekend, so there's another opportunity to stiff someone in a golf pool.
Oh, boy.
We better tell Nathan that.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, man.
Yeah. 17 years ago today, everyone.
It is 17.
17 years ago today.
Thumbs up. Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
I never understood the backstory of it. I never understood the backstory.
It's
Leroy Jenkins.
Gonna be a little bit of a nerd here. World of Warcraft, it's a raid. You get a whole bunch of people together who have different specialties, different skills to go through this raid to, some people do a lot of damage. Some people are tanks in which that they attract all of the monsters to them. And then the people who do area of effect damages will attack there. You've got your healers, you've got, stuff like that. And they were making a plan as to how to go about this, because in this particular dungeon, very complicated, pretty decently hard. So come up with a plan to do it. And this guy's just like, let's go.
You lost me. All right. We got
Leroy
Jenkins. All right. We got about
play World of Warcraft.
That's not surprising. We got about a minute left here. Let's wrap it up with some Husker baseball stuff.
All right.
Because Will Bolt spoke to the media today, and Will Bolt spoke to the media today. Bryce Matthews, who got hurt in game one, prior to game one against Minnesota last weekend. During batting practice. Twisted his knee a little bit. He's going to be available this weekend in a pitch hitting kind of duty, so he's not going to start necessarily. And then here's probably the bigger one. Senior left-handed pitcher Tyler Martin, no longer on the team after a violation of team rules. You might ask, how big of a loss is that? He held a 2-0 record. He's had 20 appearances this year. And bigger picture, it's another pitcher that Nebraska loses.
Yeah, already thin pitching staff just got thinner.
They've lost Jackson Jelkin because he's no longer on the roster for team stuff. Tyler Martin now. You lose Kyle Perry and Jake Buns to injury. And then Colby Gomez, Drew Christo, all been spotty. So in a stretch here that Nebraska needs to grind out some wins, they continue to lose arms, which is just unfortunate. Corey and Lincoln says this. Nick, you encourage listeners to hammer the overs on the Cubs win-loss total. Did you do that yourself? You betcha. Absolutely.
They're going to come back down to earth.
They're fine. Seiya Suzuki, MVP. He's going to be just fine.
He won't. It's either Mike Trout or Aaron Judge.
Corey and Lincoln, hammer the over if you haven't already. We're done for today. Michael Dixon, voice of the Salt Dogs, joins us tomorrow as they open the season tomorrow night. See ya.
Adios.
Old School with DP and J.